Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for July 31st. Okay, taking a look at the futures right now. We are gapping up ever so slightly, but I mean, if we're gonna take a look at the past few days, it's just been it's volatile, yet it's not going anywhere. So, to be quite honest, I'm not a big fan of this current market conditions right now, and tomorrow we do have a Fed speak coming out, so I do suggest taking it easy a little bit overall. So tonight's watch list, I'm going to focus on some easier plays and some very simple plays tonight, just a couple, and take it nice and slow. Fear and greed index, we are at neutral, so nothing pretty much happening. Going to bring in the news article real quick. Global markets, Asian shares slipped to 6-week low, and the pound pressured by hard Brexit fears. Okay, so CNBC talking about the Asian markets coming down right now, and it's hitting 6-week lows. I think that overall, it in itself, it will pull the overall market down a tad. So I'm not too hopeful with that news from the Asian market side, and knowing that we do have Fed speak coming out in the afternoon. Definitely going to be careful about it because we never know how the market will react. With that said, I mean, let's take a look at the SPY right now. It's not really going anywhere. I mean, if you're just going to take a look at the bigger range here for the past few days, it's literally not going anywhere. So with that said, the easiest play is probably from the top of the range to the bottom of the range. If I'm going to mark off 299, that might even be a little too far. Probably around 300 to 301 tomorrow before the Fed speaks. So be mindful of that. We have a point to play up and down, so that's okay. With that said, let's get into the watch list. Move that out of the way. First up, we have Apple, AAPL. Let's load up some drawings real quick. A little laggy today. And right here on the daily chart as well. Now, Apple had... Where are my daily charts? Oh, here they are. Okay, so Apple had positive earnings today, and it ran after hours. Now, this blue line on the daily chart right here, this is a current price at this 218.15. You don't see the bar coming out here, even if I bring in the data, but we are gapping up after hours. Okay, so with the next level of key resistance is at 222.30. Okay, so let's zoom out and zoom back in real quick, and I find this level right here on November 1st in 2017. So that's the next level up, and with the next level down, we are looking at the closest near support at 215.22. Okay, so we're right smack in the middle of everything. Let's take a look at the intraday chart here. Everything's plot off through the 30-minute chart here. Okay, so after hours, we see intraday popped, held, ran, and now we're consolidating sideways. So it really depends on what it does tomorrow in the pre-market. The nearest resistance I see is the 220 key psychological whole number. Okay, the nearest support I see is 217, which we made after hours. The next support down is this 9 EMA line, also on the 30-minute chart, and it's at 216. And then we have key support here at 215.25 area, which is right here on the daily chart on May 1st. Okay, so that is basically it. I am looking for well, there's a thesis to both sides, right? Right now we're smack dab in the middle of everything. I want to see what the first move is. If it's coming down, I'll be looking for support to hold and then ride it long. If it's popping up, I'll be looking for resistance at around 220 and then short it back down. And yeah, that's basically it. So we have 222, 220, 218, okay, 217, 216, 215, 25. Okay. Apple. AMD is actually going to be my main watch tomorrow, as this is actually one of the easier plays here on AMD. Let's load up some drawings real quick. Oh, wrong button. AMD drawings on the daily chart as well. Okay, so with AMD, let's take a look at daily chart real quick here. Let's zoom out or throw this out here. You do see at the end of the year from 2018, we are on an uptrend right now, right? AMD had earnings today. And then from here, this is the last earnings on April 3rd, and I drew a trend line linking the tops, okay? With that said, we are literally running right here to the top here, and we had a negative earnings reaction. Okay, the next support level I see is $32 and $31.25. Now this $31.25 is basically the 50 EMA on the daily chart, as well as this uptrend line. So I do expect a pull in to come down into this uptrend line, a test from here. Whether it snaps or not, we don't know, but this is the target I'm looking for a short from. Okay, so with that said, my first thesis is a short, and that's because of the earnings catalyst, right? As you can see, it snapped down under 33, which was the low of today and yesterday, and July 23rd. So this now becomes a key resistance area, even here on July 11th as well. So this is a key resistance area. Any pop up to the 33, I want to short, and I want to take it all the way down to retest this 31.25, as well as maybe if this snaps, then we're going to 30.50. But 31.25 here, this is the 50 EMA on the daily chart, and that's where I intend the target to be. So any pop I will want to short as long as it stays under 33 to about, right here, 33.30 or 33.25. Okay, so the candle, the wick of this candle right here, I do like to maintain it short. As you can see, the VWAP basically tagged this 33.25 and 33. So key resistance to look for. It's going to give it some trouble here at around the 32 area. As you can see, 32.25. As you can see, this was after hour support. So let's plot that out so you can see 32.25. So right around here. Okay. So I like to get in short and build it in and bring it down to 31.25. That's my plan for tomorrow. If it gaps down hard and starts holding this 31.25, you can definitely long it back up. Okay. If it holds this major long-term trend line, this long-term uptrend line, definitely long it back up, right? So that's my plan on AMD. Next up, we have Luckin. Perfect call yesterday on Luckin, and basically, first red day, we have a bearish engulfing candle finishing out. And to me, I think this thing still has a little bit more to go. I think it'll bounce from here. It's still overextended. It looks like it wants this 9 EMA. So this area is about 2350. It could have one more red day. The volume is still in. This was a prior breakout of 22.5 and 22, right? So a pull in today, having the first red day. Tomorrow, it might want to come down a little bit more. It closed pretty weak today as well. So I'm looking for a pop and drop. Immediate resistance I see is at 25 to 25.30. 25.30, this is basically a resistance zone. Okay, it's the wicks here. Also, 25.30 is basically this little thing right here. Okay, so it's the opening price of July 29th. It's this wick part, this 25. Okay, to 25.30. Okay, so this whole spot this whole area here, this is a resistance zone I'm looking to short at. So I'm expecting a pop and then a fail from there, and then from here get in short and try to reach this target of 2350. So Luckin, definitely a main watch for me, because this is more of an easier play in my opinion. If it reclaims 25 and starts holding 25, then I might start in long if it holds above 25, right? And then it's going to grind up slowly. Once it tests this 25.30, we'll see what it does. If it pops out and come back and holds 25.30, I'll add to it and long it. And long it right back up to around 26.5. So two ways to the plan. And basically, that's it for my watch list this evening. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions about this plan, or if you have any comments or feedback for me, you can write them in the comments below. And I'll look forward to talking with you guys bright and early tomorrow. Thanks. Ciao.